100 Thieves in a bind after map 1, but so is MIBR here as we load in our agent select for the second map. And where Raze? There's Raze. Ospas going back on to Raze for this. And we do expect to see that 100 Thieves composition coming through as well.
Yeah, it would be a great way to tie the bow for MIBR if they're able to find victory with Ospas on a Raze. Been a year now since he's won with that agent, but let's talk about the composition coming out from MIBR. They haven't really played bind since kickoff, but I do respect the fact that they kind of let that slip based on what Fraught was mentioning. They're kind of really bad in a sense, so you just got to play into the vetoes where maybe it favors you, so maybe a little bit more preparation on Corrode or Haven. Those were the two maps that were left, so you're just hoping here that you have enough prep to play against 100 Thieves, and they're coming out with something that they've tried out in the past when Noswar was still in the roster, and he was also playing that Sky. Now you're adding Verno, again, still IGL role, but also adding extra firepower for the team. Maybe it'll be the winning solution now for MIBR, and hopefully they can understand these protocols that Zix was talking about.
Let's see if our team can pop off too. There's going to be kind of a distribution now of which duelist is getting a little bit more if both duelists are playing hip and hip when they go in for this aggression on the side of MIBR. 100 Thieves, that tried and true comp, like Zix said, probably getting to a map 3 in their eyes here because of their bind, because of that identity and comfort that he was talking about, and this is a very comfortable one for them. They start on attack, so they get to set the pace.
It'll be basically a mirror matchup with the exception of the initiator EU playing onto this fade. 4 players now stacked up over towards short for the Thieves, as you do have deniability from MIBR. Viper playing on that side. You even are in range with the smokes now with Shinam playing control towards showers. Even a high Ospas maybe trying to bait out a little bit of his teammates because he's not playing on an angle where he could spot a lurk up, but more on the contact.
Arzine pushing down B as the A hit starts to come in straight towards U-Haul. Asuna starts him off. Corrode trying to figure out where he might need to look right now. It's not going to be a gate crash back, so 100 Thieves have a lot of time with the MIBR members that are here on defense, and that isn't looking good for MIBR. Verno makes himself known, but cannot proceed any further into Lamps just yet. Cortezia trying to make a name for a round win here. And there's just a lot of time that 100 Thieves is buying here. Artsine coming in with the Sheriff. This is what they were waiting for. Now they can start to crunch down on all these members. A few more of 100 Thieves fall as the spike now becomes an issue.
No util available for Verno. They have to double swing on this.
One haunt, the shots too. EU is going to be there with the classic. A little bit of an upgrade, but the round win is what they were looking for to start off buying.
Got dicey towards the end. But now you're starting to see the preparation coming out from MIBR, because the position for Ospas only is not to bait his teammates rather on the execution, but it's to deny this right here. Asuna has been pathing a lot with the double satchels and smoke on top of the APC, so it's just trying to deny that. I think weapon of choice with it is kind of difficult though, using a ghost to play close range against the right-click classics of Asuna, and that really opened things up to allow 100 Thieves to at least go for that plant. Rifles already out for 3 players for 100 Thieves. Will they get countered by MIBR? Verno flashing down for info. That's the only flash that he has.
Freeze is the name of the game right now. 3 players, 3 Vandals. And they almost get all 3 that were hiding. Yes, they do. Cryo cleans up Artazine there on the right side of the map. And now 100 Thieves have a free run here to get that spike down once they get towards the site that they want.
Yeah.
Portal closed.
The triple swing once again, kind of just like they did with the Stinger buy on that second round of Icebox on our attack side, making sure that they are there to help each other out in case there's any type of traps. It's a good read by MIBR to anticipate that type of push. Unfortunately, could not get their pistols to drop the players of the attack side. So an easy plant towards the end. Ospas and Shenum, maybe not looking at TP to give their positions away, but they're definitely looking to get closer to the radius of that spike going off. And if you're looking on the side of 100 Thieves, I probably want to see Asuna or Cryo looking to hunt for kills, and there you go. A mini Bogdan's Law, Cryo going with the Ghost while he trades out his Vandal. He's now already pushing towards that spawn. Asuna's watching where that TP could happen, so again, both duelists understanding where they can maximize their position.
Oh, I don't want to peek that again. Why oh no! Not enough bullets there, but Aspas is still there. And they'll come away with this.
2 orbs on top of that, only with the ghost. So dropping a player, dying to Aspas, getting closer to the dimensional drift instead of leveraging the showstopper. So expect here 100 Thieves to play a little bit of a spam game once they get this available now for Cryo.
MIBR has been pretty aggressive over towards B. They did just lose a fight towards Showers, but now after Icebox, we are going to see them back in kind of that comeback position. It's only a few rounds, but if bonus goes to 100 Thieves, we are going to have to see 100 Thieves come together and try to find the defense that's going to work against this aggressive attack. And 100 Thieves decide to slow down their bonus, actually.
Yeah, definitely slowing things down, and I almost feel like Xander let himself get hit by the flash here on that B side thrown by Verno. So trying to keep them at bay. Crowd trying to move forward where you can have a get out of jail free card with the TP left behind. Just holding the angle, trying to see if they're able to get some shots, some picks.
Exactly.
Even Haunt thrown towards the Showers, not being shot in the very beginning, allowing EU to creep up, and it'll now have to become the duel fight.
Ooh.
Looks like Shenham didn't want to swing that to punish.
See how much they're considering each one of these plays. A nice dog through the teleporter, though, gives a bit of an idea of what's going on that attack side.
Exactly. Boombot and Dog only spots EU. So, but MIBR are not going for the fast rotate yet. They're just going to take control of short A so they can fast TP and take control of Hookah maybe after, but...
Well, here goes Aspas now. They're starting to finally lean towards that B side with the push up towards mid on A. And 100 Thieves was doing the same thing on Icebox, right to the front door and then crash it down with little to no knowledge that it's going to happen. Oh, missed by Asuna. They don't have the upper hand there. He goes down to Aspas's nade, actually dumped into the corner as it's a fast trade on both sides, leaving it even at 3. Verno says, give that advantage right back. Another kill for Verno inside the tub as he's pinched in. And the last few shots necessary gives him the 4K to pick up the bonus round for MIBR.
I just asked the question of the extra firepower from Verno on this guy for MIBR if it could make the difference. And it definitely does. Fortunately, you see 100 Thieves kind of scaling one by one, and the idea around that we're trying to do in the first place was just trying to satchel Asuna on top of the shed so they could find players flooding back from the spawn, but that missing and also dying from the pain shells.
Yeah.
Just unfortunately here didn't give a chance for 100 Thieves to really set up for the whole back control and take towards that B site. And I think it's also because of a flash being thrown by, where was Vernal from the tin? Couldn't get on the top.
Yeah. Right over again. You see him have to hit the truck a little bit, but this is pretty much pistol round play here coming from 100 Thieves. And they keep cooking. Oh my gosh, okay. Asuna's getting a little flicky right now. This means it's gonna be good. And he could make it great with a few more shots. Jumps around the corner! Catch behind him. EU there as well for kills. Really just being a distraction in the air, but making it look great the whole time.
Talk about a 100 Thieves sandwich right there. I mean, they closed in on that U-Haul very quickly. But the pathing utilized by Asuna, for me, it almost looks like the old school Asuna from like 2020 100 Thieves of how much value he gets from the satchels and the space that he gains. Caught Artazine out in the open and off guard and really allowed 100 Thieves to start pushing that momentum back into the A site. Very, very nicely done here by Asuna. Showstopper available going into the next round as well as the Nightfall. Cortesian, an important weapon to save going into the next round.
Man, and I think that's what we look for when you do see 100 Thieves going back to bind, right? They may have had a bit of a flub towards B, but they said, okay, let's get back to a regular everyone protocol. We're not going to do anything fancy. It's just blast forward, and they're behind. And look how fast they actually get up to where Asuna is, right? They're helping him here quite quick. And he's drawing all eyes so that can happen, so they can run just past teleporter inside. Oh my God. They're just flooding inside. I love it. Man, yeah. It is tough. There's almost no delay to what 100 Thieves were doing there. Straight W key. And they were able to get to the enemy lines on that one.
triple swing with the stimmy. Verno jump spotting. I mean, it is the lower buy that you have for the side of MIBR. Weapon save by Cortezia. Aspas buying. I mean, this is still an investment of a Guardian and a small shield. So that means now you probably won't see an MIBR with an op for the next round or two on the defensive side. And potentially even a lower shield once again going into the next round for Aspas once they go for the full gun round.
1 minute creep towards mid. Oh, that was a big one from Asuna. They said, oh, you saw something? Yeah, we did. They go straight for the throat on that. And now that there's blood in the water, it's an easy plant. Also, still the lurks around here. EU playing with his food a bit. Isn't even really going to give the kills. Going to try to figure out what else is going on. So Asuna can come back through and start popping up the pips on that ultimate.
Dude, Asuna is playing bind like he's on deathmatch.
Yeah.
Just going wherever he wants, getting picks.
You mentioned earlier it was like the early Asuna, right?
Yeah.
Just the young kid they would feed with all the utilities so he could go forward and kill. Just doing that with a bit more structure now. We're seeing the version 2.0.
The fact that they went for the blind ult right into short A. That's just how 100 Thieves are comfortable with manipulating the map. The artists already had inserts. Extremity control in the start. Inserts towards showers. There's nobody there. It's been very quiet from Hookah. So you would expect here that MIBR is looking for map control in the lower buy with aggression towards short. Asuna gets great value out of that showstopper. Even Xander picks up a kill to support.
Would have had both.
Would have.
Would have cooked Shenum there, or Aspas too, but you see the kill coming through. A little bit of teamwork never hurts. And a flawless for 100 Thieves, so they start to bank everything. Even if they were able to lose this round, they have full buys. So then they can play even a little bit more aggressive, push forward, and test MIBR at every turn.
Talked about an Aspas no op, but Artezine did have enough money for an operator on his end, and he's trying to look for that control. Oh, that Xander usually does here on the side, and he stays tucked in towards that wall, sees the barrel of the operator, and wall bangs him.
He just has this like smirk on his face, like anyone else chewing his gum. Another day here down at the fountain. Don't worry about it. Oh my gosh.
He is chewing quite slowly.
Yeah, he's paced. They're pushing showers on the side of MIBR, so they're going to have an idea that this B hit's coming in or straight up the gut towards A.
What a clear.
But yeah, they're right about the B hit, because here they go again. Xander with another kill on the round to drop the first two on MIBR's side.
With the op down two and a rifle, B site open when they had Seekers to work with as well. I mean, the idea was there. You had an opportunity to just TP away with the op if you're able to spot Xander in the front side, but this has to be a call for a save.
This is back-to-back flawless rounds on a gun as well. So, yeah, they're just reassured every turn here what they're doing, allowing MIBR to push out and put themselves in dangerous positions and just take all of that investment back for the positions they're holding, and that's all they need to do.
And there was barely any damage done here on the side of 100 Thieves, and that's just off the play of the IGL being Xander. Just a first pick, going toe-to-toe against the operator. A slow creep up, clears that 50 onto Verno. There's another one of those scenarios where 100 Thieves are just able to find some early space, and the other players that are anchoring on the other side of the site have no opportunities to really rotate to support the team or even play any type of scenarios where they can actually retake the spike or the site. I think at this point now for MIBR, you have to start leveraging these portals and maybe start going for these type of crunch plays. Hail Marys on that side too. Maybe it won't happen until they start getting their own ults on their side, but what a shot by Xander.
Timeout to come through for MIBR. Fraud is now seeing the dark side of the moon. From the first game here, it is such a night and day change for him. So he has to reset the team, right? This isn't a map that they really are coming in for comfort, so they have to break it down to what is going to work. And we'll have to see if they can get either Aspas online or kind of Artezine on these retakes, on positioning for the retake, maybe to play their life a little more. Yeah,
the conversation around how MIBR has been looking towards this stage, of course, and even since Toronto, is the map pool is quite shallow for them.
It is.
Icebox basically being the strongest one, and at least you've seen some sort of level of success against Crew, for example, in that week 1 when Corrode actually got into the rotation. So now you're working on these new maps where not everybody's fully prepared, so maybe your preparation, how you view that map could maybe be the winning condition here for you, which is why they floated the whole time until the end, where 100 Thieves had the opportunity to choose between that or Haven.
Yeah.
Now they choose Haven, and it's not going to be like a crazy map that you have to rethink the strategy with any type of new meta for Haven. You can definitely put Ospas back on a jet and make it work, you know? So you're playing the long game. You're learning how now against 100 Thieves on this map, how 100 Thieves are quite strong. And you're hoping here that your prep is more going to be towards Haven.
They flow, 100 Thieves flows really well between their multiple ways of attack too, whether they're allowing you to stay and make mistakes, whether the stimmy's going down right away and they have to fend off an orbital strike, which they're probably really happy to see to start here.
And that's prep again. You're not like getting yourself trapped towards the showers. This is a play that 100 Thieves likes to do with the C's orbital strike over on that side so they can scale up towards short. Although they have lost Artazine from a spray through the smoke, courtesy of Kess. Dog gets good info though. Does see 2 players there. Paint Shell's doing some damage onto Kess.
Okay. That shot gonna make him think twice about peeking from spawn there on defender side. And now Verno is still gonna try to whip out with Ospas here. A drop from the top. Shenum's able to waterfall in for a kill. With this line of scrimmage broken from 100 Thieves as they instantly decide to push back in to that defensive push of MIBR.
That was so nice. It almost felt like things were starting to fall apart there for 100 Thieves when Asana's out in the open, expecting for somebody to drop in. He gets killed from back of U-Haul from Ospas, sorry. And I thought that was going to be the tipping point that would allow here 100 Thieves to convert that, but look at how they position themselves. Again, grouped up for the first one, mid-rotate on the side for Cryo to trade out on the other side of triple. And you can see the frustration cut out from Frog because it almost felt like a round they could have pulled back in their favor. And look at this round, 2 outlaws.
And the credits are outrageous for them too.
Exactly.
6,000, 5,900. They are playing the state of the game and really taking it to MIBR here for the second map.
Yeah, extremity control going on with those. Juggling around here between the Outlaw and the Vandal is EU. So knowing they always have op money, they always have rifle money because they're just winning with so many players left alive, or just winning rounds and so many rounds stringed together that the economy is quite great. 3K every single time that you win a round. With a spike, that's spike plant rather, that's 300 credits on top of that. They are flowing every single one of these rounds on the attack side.
And this buy looks viable enough for MIBR too to string some of these 4 ults together. Some of those they can use for the round. Verno is not going to have the Seekers on this one as he gets taken out. Trying to use that util right through the doorway. 100 Thieves is punishing every step and move of MIBR right now.
Ospas has Showstopper though. He might want to try to use this one, but he gets seized. And that's Asuna actually getting info. What a pick by Cryo.
Crazy. They got people jumping across the screen. There's multiple things going on in front of Ospas, and he can't even find a target.
Jet Dash 2.0 basically on how Asuna satcheled across.
Jeez, the chaos 100 Thieves is creating right now. I'm not even, putting it on MIBR that they're making mistakes. It's just, what do you look at? What are you trying to find, right? It's so many things being thrown at you. The protocols are just hitting right now for 100 Thieves.
Cortezia, you saw that they tried to deny info with a pit a few ago. Judge around the corner. Oh, and a gun. Kess once again finding his groove as his Brimstone. That was his debut map, debut agent, 400 Thieves on this map, and he did an excellent job controlling U-Haul on the defense with Judge's rifles, not giving a chance here for Energy to really set up. And this time around, he's making sure that he's like the second, third man able to trade out for 100 Thieves.
Yeah. Did he just ult the other round too, and he's like, what, 2 away?
Yeah.
Man, they're just cycling these ults here, keeping the speed up and keeping MIBR guessing. A lot of A play here from 100 Thieves, but it's different attacks, and they're still touching on B. Xander's always touching on B in most of these zones. Just to give him something else to think about so MIBR doesn't have the full rotate right away.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. I don't think 100 Thieves lost that many players throughout these rounds as first bloods or first deaths rather. So consistently pushing Xander on this side, not getting punished. We don't really know what that second step for 100 Thieves is going to be, playing at a disadvantage. as maybe it's the reason why you're seeing so much value on this side. But we're going to hold that thought. We actually have extremity control here with Aspas with this ult. So they do want to try to find a leverage control here of the ults, the portals.
Are they going through? Are they dogging? Are they going through? Are they following? Oh, they didn't. It seemed like it was going to be crazy, Vans, but they decided to hold off for now.
Exactly. It's still fine because the dog goes back towards showers. It sees nobody there. So if you're funneling players towards that long B side, Showstopper is still good. But what a call in the mid round here from Xander to just re-hit for the split towards the A site. There's not too much stall happening on that side, so you almost have to kind of second guess off Jiggle Peaks. Shenum might die, but it's going to give the call for the Showstopper to come through the portal.
It's the best chance they're going to have here. Even though Shenum's low, they have a lot of info, and Aspas with the jump onto B, they can kind of pinpoint what we have here. But Cryo is going to open this up like a present for the rest of the 100 Thieves squad and let them know it is safe to enter A.
So we're doing 0 of that. We want to leverage our Showstopper for the retake after the plant. So a double flank, but look at the forward positioning from Kess already at the market.
And the beautiful plant by, what is that, Xander there? Making sure it doesn't get hit by any of the utility coming over from default hits. Kess is already watching the flank. They have an answer for everything MIBR is trying to do on defense.
Got it pinging towards short. It has to be a big 1v1 against Aspas in back of short A.
Okay, there's 2 kills they very much need to get back into this round, but Cryo still gives 100 Thieves 1 back. 3v3 at very, very low HP on the side of MIBR makes this near impossible, as it's just Shenum trying to tiptoe out before he's found, and he is by EU. That's another full kill round and spike down for 100 Thieves.
Again, it almost felt like the positioning was there to get maximum value off portals, off ults. And by having that double flank, at some point, once you reach out towards that market, you have to start walking. So when you start walking, what does that mean? More of the timer is ticking down. So now you're forcing yourself to just make some plays, not getting maximum value off the Showstopper because you just have to trade out where you lost Verno in the first place. And even when Aspas got the kill with the Showstopper, he landed with 8 HP. How do you want to retake the site after that? With no time left, no HP, no map control for the retake, and instantly Fraud calls out another timeout.
It's tough. It seems like nowhere in the safe or a site is safe to play. All right, we're seeing ultimates the 1 now for Verno and the Seekers, so they've already gone through all of those in an attempt to try and stop 100 Thieves. They need to find something else that works. But 100 Thieves continues to vary it up, so what consistency can MIBR go off of?
Well, maybe nothing yet.
Yeah, it's
any type of consistency they're trying to do on defense.
Shot in the dark.
The best thing that the best results that they've had, was that round number 3 by letting 100 Thieves in, and then Verno went for the huge quad kill playing inside 10. But you can't do that every single round. You can't give up map control for 100 Thieves to take.
100 Thieves had to do to get Icebox.
Exactly. And also on the side of MIBR, you're playing like this double duelist instead, so you are trying to leverage a little bit of that map control space that you can with Artazine. You don't have like a season in you could do to try to stall out for a hit, so you definitely want to try to go forward facing and try to fight. But the forward facing has more been towards the B side, with none of the duelists really trying to push forward for these fights. It's always Verno trying to find information. Maybe once Artazine went out with the op, and as soon as I got punished, he never did it again.
And how many repetitive A hits did we just get for now? 100 Thieves to start encroaching on that B side, and Verno gets outlawed. The first jump we saw a few rounds ago almost got himself caught, but yeah, they find him on this one.
Yeah. As much as 100 Thieves are playing old school Asuna duelist, so are MIBR with the jump spots, and it was already seen a couple of rounds ago by Verno, so just an easy crosshair placement, expecting that jump peak once again, and that's 1 player down. Look at the rotate that it pulls. Now you could activate for 100 Thieves to scale up for the map and find some information.
So now with the clear, I think he saw 1 and no more, but enough for them to know quite a bit is pushed up into Hookah for a quick play. So they're going to head towards that A side. Everything on Artazine now to make the calls, and the Bucky shots to slow them down if he finds anybody trying to get into his lamps.
Did have good value with the Judge earlier on. This time the pathing, though, for 100 Thieves is leave that U-Haul control, and especially with that Prowler, they know that Judge is, the Bucky is in there.
And the movements they're taking, the fact that they have time to Prowler and find means they're free to get into the site, but you're right, do they have the timing to turn around to know that it's 3 members behind them? A nade comes in to alert a little bit, but the shots are still gonna do the damage.
Asana's in a high point too on top of towels. Should be easy for him here.
Ooh, trade? No. They couldn't get it. A great crossfire from 100 Thieves and a finishing kill from Cryo with the Odin? Question mark? As they're picking it up and running forward as a death squad. 9-1 now for 100 Thieves as they dominate Bind.
In EU, I mean, that was 3 players flanking from behind that towards the market, and he almost got picked off, and thankfully with the timing, drops down into the site to help out the team, and the timing's missed by MIBR, and that's the result towards the end. Just easy picks as soon as the wall comes down. And Kess can now salvage the Odin into this round. Again, an orbital strike, but not really set up here for them to try to go for the same trap play towards Showers. MIBR do want to contest that at the beginning. They go for the smoke at first. Wow, even the Haunt gets information, okay. Kind of rare, though, because they've been always walking up and trying to find info in the first place, and this time you're going for an early Haunt for the side of the Thieves. Unexpected does get the ping onto Cortezia.
You're really keeping MIBR guessing on what kind of play they're going to see. It's got to be so annoying. You're trying to push out and get extremity control somewhere, and then 100 Thieves will play fast, cut audio for 30 seconds, and then do something else.
Yeah, it didn't look like 100 Thieves really wanted to commit to fight towards that long B side first, because EU had the Outlaw, juggles it away, picks up his Vandal and the Spike. There is that second wave re-hit.
Yeah.
Cortezia is not going to have too much utility left. After this orb comes down, that's no more stalls except for Verno's util, so that's why they're going to have to stick together here for the side of MIBR.
You called it. Delay is the name of the game. But the door is open. 100 Thieves can now pass go if they want to try to get into B, but it's going to be a teleport, and they're waiting. But they know. Asuna instantly turns around with everybody checking an angle outside the open door. Teleporter.
Oh, boy.
Ooh, that was close. Aspas playing on the edge of death here as he keeps that position and may have a timing to get back. He waits for somebody, so that's going to give 100 Thieves the site. And now MIBR forced into the post plant.
Thankfully, Seekers, Paint Shells are still alive here for Aspas with 31 HP. That might be the win con. As the spike is now planted, everybody's getting set up. The re-heal onto Artazine.
All right. Who's it going to find? Who's it going to muddle? Oh my gosh, Cortezia coming up with 3. What a perfect spot to drop in the site, having full view of where the 100 Thieves defensive positions were, and they just have one more to seek out in Cryo. He puts himself in a good position. He puts himself in a great position, but Aspas is there. It takes a few, but they get enough for another round.
You would have imagined what the scenario could have been if Aspas actually did get taken down. Again, I wanted to commend the 6th Sense for 100 Thieves, going through the portal and even checking out towards their spawn to spot the 2 players, punish the first. And Aspas even got dinged through the wall, and that was just enough for him to be the saving grace until Cortezia, just before, Cortezia got this beautiful 3 kill on his side. Now they're finally able to salvage a round. Similar sights as what 100 Thieves were kind of facing in the first map of Icebox. Remember, a dominant first half on the side of MIBR.
The 9-3.
Yep.
And they almost came back.
Thing is, 100 Thieves have been flowing with money this whole half. They'll have a lot of util to work with. Odin once again for Cass, and change of pace though. We're already going with the Dimensional Drift inside the B site. Full commitment. The call out here from Asuna, sees him inside that cubby, flashes out, forces a TP away, and now an open site. 400 Thieves to take.
All right. So we should see a strong protocol retake here from MIBR. Spawn has gotten there pretty quick as you see them cruising back through caves and trying to get to Fountain on that other side to lurk in.
The way that 100 Thieves plays, likes to work the group for elbow control, so the Prowler is finding that info.
Cass rolling forward. Nightfall's actually going to go towards Spawn, looking for the fight here. Cortezia falls, Cryo as well, as the 100 Thieves know they have to keep pushing forward here. They got to the site so fast, and they need to keep taking that space. It works out well and leaves Shenim by himself, looking at every possible angle just to get a 100 Thieves member down.
Beautiful snake bite too. That also delays and dissipates the molly thrown by Shenim, and he can't even tap the spike. There's util stall. You're winning on time here, so no 9-3 curse. 100 Thieves will end the half 10-2 in their favor on the attack.
What an attack side for 100 Thieves, especially to be coming off of Icebox. As they did, they said, you know what, that momentum almost carried us to OT. Let's just take it right into pistol and the first half of bind.
Yeah, great display of attack side for 100 Thieves. The push coming through. Odin getting value once again. This time, Kess opening things up. Just great map manipulation. No answers coming out from MIBR, but thankfully here, they could now dictate the pace on their attack side as we're looking to switch sides.
All right, we do have another half to go through, but first, Elizabeth is hanging out with 100 Thieves, Sunny.
Thank you so much, Rivington and Vincely. And I'm joined by 100 Thieves, Sunny here. And you might be, this is a new signing for 100 Thieves. I believe you joined, I've stalked you correctly, July 8th is when you announced your signing. Talk to me about, because what you just said to me, I forgot how incredible, and exhilarating watching competitive Valorant in person was. You have been co-streaming here, but now you're up here. Talk to me about being in the Riot Games arena.
I love it. It's so intense. Everybody's screaming and cheering. It's a whole different vibe. I enjoy it so much.
And we have some loud 100 Thieves fans in the audience who are making it very clear. 100 Thieves! But I want to talk to you more about how you've worked the 100 Thieves team, because 100 Thieves put you right into, you did the block party, you've done photo shoots, you've done all of this. You worked with them on the block party. Talk to me about working with the Valorant team as a creator for 100 Thieves.
I like it a lot. I had my start with Valorant. I started streaming with Valorant. Obviously now I do different stuff. I do more IRL stuff, but Valorant will always have a special place in my heart. It's the reason why I started growing streaming in the first place. So anytime they need me for any Valorant things, I'm always here. I'm always available.
Can we interest you in playing Valorant again? Thoughts?
I'm gonna think about it.
We're gonna think about it.
Workshop that idea. We'll workshop it.
Nate Shot, talk to my people. Don't worry about it. But one last thing. I mean, I just want to. You've been with 100 Thieves for a hot second. Anything you'd like to say as a thank you or a shout out to anyone?
They've been my second family, even though it's been such a short amount of time. Anything that I need, they're there to support me. So I love 100 Thieves. I want to see these guys succeed the same way that I feel like I'm succeeding with my own team.
A classic. Give it up for Sunny, everyone. An incredible answer. Thank you so much, Sunny. But we have a game to get back to, the 100 Thieves bind. Casters, take it away.
And the 100 Thieves are making some content here on bind as well themselves. Some plays coming out from each one of the members. They have to be feeling good, recouping here on bind after that Icebox match loss, and really look like they're going to be able to bring us into a third map of Haven here.
Making some content, finding success on their map, pick up bind. But again, I love that 100 Thieves are going back to this map over here. Remember, when they were the undefeated team, they were also a team that was starting to get figured out going to international events and then starting to falter a little bit onto that bind. But looks like Zix is able to find new hope here with now the Fade in the composition, playing the double duelist. And finding potentially 3 more rounds to push this into a third map of Haven. But we talked about space being dictated this time on the MIBR side. A dot to clear out space, fight soon towards U-Haul.
Oh, Kess did not expect that, but the kills start flowing in on both sides here. And MIBR, you gotta love the aggression. They're trying to back each other up. They're trying to get the kills, but Cryo just pies them in the face as they try to come out of lamps.
Yeah, definitely the first digit of the pie gets 3 kills.
Yeah. They're gonna back up for a moment here, reset, make sure there's no crazy flank, and then the attempt goes back in. Yeah, you still have Xander just considering, but they've also got MIBR on a pause too.
Exactly. The good news is it's a stop and go that you could still play here for MIBR, and it's both controllers that are still alive, so you could start selling sort of fakes if you can. Being in range here with Shenum could maybe drop some sort of smoke towards his B side, but he's going to drop it towards triple at first. Not making any noise or moves yet.
30 seconds left.
That might force 100 Thieves here to over-rotate, but instead they're choosing to stay as a group. Good call so far.
One smoke there you can see. The spike goes forward. Oh my gosh! Cortezia has been on fire when given the chance today and pulls up 2 huge frags there to get the pistol round in second half.
Yeah, and then 2, I want to say newcomers, but Vernal was also the latest addition too for MIBR, but Cortezia and Shenum coming in here from Tier 2 and Challengers.
Ooh.
Going through the kickoff, had a slow first match. but you definitely saw the value that you could bring here, how aggressive they could be in these scenarios as support players. And you never want to see Cortezia land these shots and start standing up here, because that could be a very dangerous MIBR.
It's the mustache buff.
Yeah, it's grown again. Just a small eco round though for 100 Thieves. Really not trying to give their positions away. Look at him fall all the way back, but the dog already spotted too, so good for MIBR. They could choose to just get ready to fight.
Oh my. Steve says we want this space back. And Cortezia is on his own adventure. The adventure though, Cryo has the info. And nobody's at A for now. The team's gonna rotate over thinking it's gonna be the final hit. Good call by 100 Thieves here. Xander getting the mid-game movement just to the right site, but it's still gonna be tough with the low buy. First one from Cortezia, that Ghost is still singing. They're just gonna walk this one out. Ooh, that actually could have been wild coming in from Cryo if he found another one. They are making it very, very painful here for MIBR to get themselves some money on the plant.
Almost like a 98% accuracy on the gridlock there with how he was shooting for Cryo. He was swinging up there and almost got that pick on the APC. That could have been very dangerous, but you'll take it here for the side of the Thieves. You've done some good econ damage. Now you're evening the playing field going into this round. Actually, it could have been 100%. A split second more, he would have had that third headshot there on the top of APC. But again, we talk about evening the playing field. Both teams now with quite a strong buy. The bonus is still very good for MIBR, but they'll still have money to work with within the next round. But it's 3 rifles to the whole 5 of 100 Thieves. MIBR showing similar looks by going for the stim pack triple swing over on that B side. That smoke is always going to be annoying to deal with, which is why you're seeing a lot of these Vipers set up this position on that side. Something that Fnatic's been doing for quite a while.
And other than the danger of lamps, 100 Thieves are playing a very safe A, giving up quite a bit of space so they can play it as a retake. And another little taunt towards Hookah here for MIBR, just to get 100 Thieves shaken up a bit. Oh, well, they get shaken up on both sides real quick.
I like the slow pace though for MIBR. They actually waited out for both gate crashes to not be available for Cryo anymore and start activating across the map, so they traded off for a 1-for-1. 100 Thieves, after losing that one there though, losing Austin, and they're still choosing to keep 3 players towards the A side because Xander still has full control of Octagon, and he hasn't heard anything since that battle.
30
Cryo's
seconds
made
left.
it over. Everyone's alerted to the damage. The util starts to pour in, and MIBR continue at the beginning of these rounds to get the best of 100 Thieves. It's what you need to see,
Spike planted.
especially coming into this one for MIBR. They have to carry a bit of them weapons into the next round, and Xander makes that next to impossible now, dropping Furno and Aspas.
I didn't get 2 of them there.
I
Just
have no
flying up.
idea. Oh, good save though from Shenum and Cortezia at the end of the round, but 100 Thieves is not making these easy.
Those red X's seems to be stacked up on each other. I don't know if they were lined up there, but I was gonna say Xander had to find that timing for the backstab. Opens it up. Yeah, there you go. And gives an opportunity here for Showers to swing out. But Kess already lost that fight earlier on against Aspas.
Jeez.
So you really didn't give a chance here for 100 Thieves to really set up on that retake towards the end. So great map control, bonus converted on the side of MIBR, and they're starting to come back here on their attack side.
Like the start.
Oh. Xander's fist was sticking out, and he doesn't want to overextend here. The Sixth Sense once again coming out here for 100 Thieves, and smart move him to fall back. And 4 players stacked up towards this B side. You saw at the beginning, just MIBR is looking for that map control with a little bit of util clearage from the Snakebite. But they haven't really done much on their side yet. They haven't heard anything from the side of 100 Thieves. So staying as a group is quite smart. But taking U-Haul control, is that going to be smart again? That's where Kess is currently winning with the bookie.
Oh, so happy to anchor every time, too. I think Kess likes these positions.
100%.
Being put in the fast, have to swing around, really coordinate your utility. Loves to get that APM up in these scenarios. He's going to have control of lamps right now. It doesn't seem like MIBR is going to worry about it too much until they really need to, and now they might need to. There it is, Verno. Verno gets one. Cass was very, very close to being able to get the kill. Overgrowth now being able to heal up. Not a problem anymore as the rest of MIBR set up this post plant.
Yeah, just phase 2 now for 100 Thieves. Looking for the backstab kills. It's a triple flank from the back. And maybe they might be able to trade out Shenum here as they're closing in, but the end of the game is to do that econ damage if they can.
Patience. Oh! He's like, wait, I heard a classic. Oh! You saw him kind of hesitate and wonder if he wanted that right away? Put him right in the middle of the bite. Uh-oh. Asuna punted. Ooh, and another kill on Cortezia as well. They are making this costly for MIBR at the right moments.
The chase up on that ramp too. I think you're still in the radius of the spike going on, so that was a little bit doubting here. Yeah, exactly. Even I'm kind of left in awe of this choice. But some big damage being done on that side here for 100 Thieves, as you just mentioned. So, yeah, they'll still have a pretty good buy going into this round number 17. But once again, it's an even playing field. The economy is still pretty similar on both sides. But it's much needed for the side of 100 Thieves of how much damage they did not to allow MIBR to really start snowballing these rounds and to close that gap on a lead that they've built. 100 Thieves have yet to win a round in this half so far. And Asuna is on top of the APC. Swing on the bench, a little bit of a tap, sees information on 2 players.
Trying to get the dog forward. Sees Asuna in sight. Who's gonna stop the show? Aspas gets a little blind there and tied up for a second. As they're gonna still back off though. They have the pressure, the TP's there, and they're gonna reset on this one as it got a little discombobulated.
Yeah, and now you get a lot of information from the mental drift. Going back towards the market, you'll see 2. But now we're back into the mid-round game. Everything is reset. So MIBR could slow it down again and start re-hitting. And that's exactly what they're doing. Creeping up here towards showers. 4 players grouped up here towards short A. No more smokes left for Kess. So there's less util for stall. Prowler even missed for information for EU.
Good turn. Clone killed, but they're still able to connect a few more from the defensive side here. Cortezia still alive, has been a huge impact fragger in these moments. 20 seconds left in the round. Pit is there, but it's going to be tough, and Cryo is already present to say, no, this isn't even a chance. 11 rounds now for 100 Thieves.
Turns out being nice with less util that you have for the stall for the second wave of the hit for the side of 100 Thieves. You had to come down to gunfights. And a great crossfire set up in the end. You saw those instant trades come through the kill feed. And Asuna looks like he was left on an island, but not until the cavalry comes from the swings from triple back at APC. Turns out to be an advantage play for the side of the Thieves. And they finally stop the bleeding here. They're hemorrhaging for that second half. Economy now comes into their favor, and Op comes out for Cryo. And he's taking control towards long. A jiggle first, though. Looks like they were trying to play the aggressive type of conditioning of Xander, jiggle peeking, trying to find information, and then have Cryo hold the passive angle. Meanwhile, though, Artesine's going to be able to find and open up the information for MIBR.
Poison's off.
Slowly move back towards the other side. A lot of this for MIBR has been touch and go. You know, make a little noise on the right side. Last round we saw that a lot at Hookah, and then they move back towards A. I feel like they're getting the right positioning out of 100 Thieves defense when they put a few strats into the mix and then finally commit.
So now this is smart here. Give that Bucky back to Artesine. Verno taking the rifle so that you could have dimensional drift and also come out with that Bucky. Asuna's now spotted to spot the second one. Counter util the stall. No value for Artesine.
Dodge there. Asuna's figuring out where the next kill is, and he is going to hit Aspas right in the mouth with that rocket.
Rocket Arena. Both of them landing and flying, and he lands it onto Aspas.
Oh, Cass actually peeks out. He finally leaves that lamp area, and it's going to be a dangerous one. It puts 100 Thieves in a tight spot here to get back on defense. Cryo with the op in lamps, but he has the shorty for close protection.
2 HP left.
Through the Seeker, Verno's going to live by the skin of his teeth for a moment, and now he's just trying to duck shots. Actually, almost gets hit by Asuna there. as everybody gets to take a breath here. They're going to approach the pit and enter together. Is there a flash there for Cryo? No, there's not. They're just going to have to do a multiple swing. The spray finds its target. Inferno falls. Cortezia here in his pit. This is his house. How long can he keep it? Oh! And 4 on the round.
Cortezia continue to come up huge in the clutch. 3 scenarios this time around inside the pit. A spray transfer on 2 players. Head on a swivel for the 3rd one. The game sense coming through from all of the spams coming across at the beginning. And at 5 HP remaining, keeps MIBR in the game.
And that was an incredibly high-pressure moment, not only in the game, which is the most of it all, but your teammate is a sliver of health from an op shot through the Seekers. Everybody's trying to hide. You can't really help each other. Everyone for themselves, but in the end, for the team, Cortezia comes up with a 4K and prompts the timeout from 100 Thieves.
Definitely needed for the side here to stop. A little bit probably at an intense moment, and where 100 Thieves felt they had that in the bag. If anything, there wasn't any type of like spacing coming through in the ping pong swing for the 2 players inside the pit. It's just unfortunate you're running in while getting decayed inside the pit. Your HP falls low. The spray gets much more value for Cortezia in that moment for that fight. On top of that, you get highlighted. So they haven't really done anything wrong for that 3 versus 1 for 100 Thieves, but they also cannot allow MIBR to continue in these clutch moments that Cortezia is currently displaying for the side of MIBR. MIBR still on a hunt to give Aspas his first victory on a raise in the past year. So far, though, it's still out of reach. Where 100 Thieves off this timeout.
15 HP. Artezine gets out of that situation with 2 to his name. And some of the big ones as well. That Initiator utility and Cryo's Duelist. And now they wait for 100 Thieves to come out of the woodwork here. MIBR do not have to force the issue.
They're almost trying to hopefully get the orb there, and they did for Kess. And also trying to deny it over on the side of Showers, where Xander could play his combination of the Snakebite Ghost. But at least everything is just going according to plan for the side of MIBR. Defeating here the Eco being displayed by 100 Thieves. Only a Marshal available. That's the strongest weapon that we kind of have for the side of the Thieves. Anticipated a rotate in the mid-round towards the A site. MIBR should be able to close the gap even more by 3 rounds. Orbital Strike available for the next. And that's probably one of the strong ults that you want to leverage here going into the next round.
Cortezia popping off becomes just a different animal in these situations. Artezine as well. Here working off the low buy and just farming up on this so they can get a lot of these ultimates online. Asana just plants a nade in front here to end this one out. An 8th round now for the side of MIBR as they really start to pressure 100 Thieves. And Vans, we're getting map deja vu here. Honestly, this is what 100 Thieves was doing on the attack side of MIBR's map.
Yeah, and now this is a big swing round for 100 Thieves. Off the timeout, you now have the pit available. You could start funneling into the op that Cryo has just gotten purchased here. I think it was Kess that actually had enough money to go for an operator buy, so he will buy here for Cryo. They have a full rifle round. You can also go for this Seize Orbital Strike signature that 100 Thieves does on this map. So how does it start off? The op here to look towards Long B first, and probably once it dies down for a bit, Xander could maybe ult that after, because it's not being used towards short A. You want to flush him towards the A site where you could actually leverage the ults available from Kess with EU.
Oh, right through the top window, that little sunroof. We're able to drop the Haunted and catch Artezine off guard, realizing he's still trying to work some extremities. They're going to Prowler him out, too, just to see if there's any more in here. Really committing to know they have that shower control.
Easy kill to start. So there you go. That first pick, he TPs away, but now you're forcing the hand. There's no more map control on that left side here for MIBR, so you're now walking into potentially the death trap of 100 Thieves.
Moving up a little bit too, 100 Thieves is taking a more aggressive position on their defense. Little insert from Asuna here into the side. They get orbital strike back.
Caesar's too late.
Look at the delay.
Now it's an opener.
Dashing in. Aspas gets a bounce into a kill, but 100 Thieves is just gonna bounce around MIBR on this one. It's not over yet, but just a few more kills brings 100 Thieves to that game point. They got a little bit more work to do. That spike acting like a third now for MIBR, for them to work around it. These possible kills. Verno's gonna snap to EU's face. Shenum gets one, and now they know where Cryo is with the shot. Shenum on the box. Shenum with a 3K, and another one for MIBR.
Again, the C's being just a little bit too late to get good value off the orbital strike from Kess. It allows MIBR to go for a touch and go. Shenum has his own orbital strike. They create that space. And we just talked about the firepower from Verno as well. Being relatively quiet, which is how dominant 100 Thieves have been through the first half. But they had a beautiful 4K before, and now with Shenum is able to convert a 2 versus 3, maybe even a 2 versus 4 there. For that retake attempt for the Thieves. Econ once again broken, and the timeout also thwarted that was called by Zix. The best thing you have now is going into the next round with a pit, potentially even a showstopper for the side of Asuna, sorry.
Oh my gosh, this is crazy. They saw Asuna on the other side, so they know, they're saying, hey, there could be a protocol that MIBR is expecting. Let's push up as well on short. 100 Thieves just trying to get under the skin of MIBR at every turn, and it's somewhat working, but it looks like MIBR has a read on this, and they are backing up accordingly. Doesn't mean they aren't gonna lose members, though.
Just so smart on the side of MIBR. No value that you could get here from Kess as it gets knocked down to 8 HP. But we talked about dictating the pace on the attack side for both of these teams, and MIBR are doing great calls from the side of Verno to kick things off.
And what does this do for the identity of MIBR? If they're now able to overtake 100 Thieves, beat them, but on bind, on that map that has been so strong in the wheelhouse of 100 Thieves.
Let's go, we have 2 roots, guys. You're in haze. Let's go.
It's that mentality boost they need for this stage.
And where on the side for MIBR, they have not found any success on bind throughout this year.
Yeah.
Remember, they went into a composition trying a deadlock early in kickoff. Didn't work out on his side with the fast tempo they wanted to leverage with her. And then went into this composition that you currently see right now that they tested it out as their losing series during kickoff. I think it was lower round 4. And losing that one as well, and now bringing it back for this important matchup against 100 Thieves. It'll mean a lot now for MIBR to be able to close out this series. And you just heard before we go into this timeout how heads up Cortezia is going through.
Gosh.
I mean, he's hyping up the team, but at the same time says, guys, heads up. We have 2 big ults to work with.
Yeah.
We have Seekers and Dimensional Drift. Little as they know, they also have a showstopper to work with now.
Boom. Yeah, it's been great. Into that showstopper in the hands of Aspas on that Raze. We said, where's Raze? Where are the wins for Aspas on this? 16-5 right now. Getting the blast pack kills in too, being in the front of some of these plays. It's definitely a little bit more refined for him, and we're seeing a slight bit of comfortability now come into what we considered maybe the Aspas one of the toughest agents.
So 100 Thieves are going for also something that they usually do here, just have Asuna going for jump spots down towards Sands. Goes with the Boombot 2 to confirm an instant Boombot break. So you are anticipating some sort of threat here over leaning towards this left side of the map. Dog going towards Hookah is actually quite nice because now it still allows here Cry to get an aggressive line with the operator down towards Long Beach.
Seeing the stimmy just on the side as well, so we realize that there's more people here. The blast back out, Aspas! He does it to Cryo at Long. A flash comes through as well there for a little bit of an assistance. Nicely done to break that first B line. And now look, it's like they back and forth, the push and the pull, they get the ult out, and I'm sure MIBR is very happy to see this type of reaction.
The thing is they were able to take that pick off, but Verno couldn't really tempo up the rest of the team, was forced to fall back and heal up his team. So I don't have any flashes for the next hit. It has to be Seekers to come through. So grouping up together, Seekers already coming out. And where's the hole for 100 Thieves? Passive towards the back of the A site.
Don't have mollies to get in a position to deny the plant. It's all about the post plant now. MIBR looking to tie the game up, and they convert now, trying to get to the 40. Oh my gosh! Where did 100 Thieves go?
Down the grave, and Cortezia stepping up for another 4K. Mr. Multi-kill for the side of MIBR on this map, dropping 25 so far on 100 Thieves' best map. Starts off with a beautiful combo, as you just saw here from the Satchel Flash. Aspas being the sacrificial lamb and still gets the pick out of that. And look at how he's so aware of the positioning of where 100 Thieves are positioned.
You have to consider that there is a stunned mentality that's hitting 100 Thieves right now with what MIBR is bringing to the table.
And it repeats itself. Oh, wait, maybe a punish. Artizine manages to escape at 40 HP, and there's the regrowth. The re-heal coming back now for Vernal, but again, the scenario is just the same. Buy, lose, save, and now it's tied 11-11. The silver lining here is that MIBR used all of their ults in the previous round, and you still have 2 big ults on the side of 100 Thieves. You might want to try to leverage this as a Hail Mary on your end, just to try to put yourself at map point. But that's already one of the ults down. Cryo picked off by Verno.
I'm sure they were expecting Artsine at this point. It's been only him in Shower's time, one after the other. Another for Verno here. Artsine's gonna click one in. They're gonna find themselves 12 on this, as it's only gonna be Asuna, and no longer is he on the map. Game and match point for the series, MIBR.
And we talked about the ults that were not available for MIBR. Now 1 away from 2 big ults to create space, play the post plant. Cortezia and Shinam, the rookies from the Brazilian side, coming in from Brazil to help out on the Americas team. And it's the Viper's ult and the Orbital Strike from the Brimstone. They could try to separate around the map and play a little bit more slow this time around, but here's another big buy coming out for 100 Thieves. Desperate measures now for the side of the defense. A 2-2 setup, basically a 3-2 on this map. But they were looking for Shower's control first. Up on the attack for Artizine.
Here.
This is the nobody wants to lose situation as well for 100 Thieves, but you still have to find a way to make a play. So push up in Showers. Kess still in that area of lamps to play defense, hold time, and just delay. EU playing with fire right now is going to back up, and they've called over Asuna here to help defend on the B site. Showstopper there is ready, and Cryo can search the map. It is the final round, so we got to see these ults go off.
EU still playing the off angle, though. Cortezia clearing it, spots him, snakebite on the ground, falls back.
Gaining space.
This is important, though. You want to give that space for the Showstopper.
Goes up. Asuna is just going to flex his muscles with this one. They will not allow him to find a target.
Where he's been so good satcheling in the past, not able to satchel forward to capitalize on a trap on that side. Re-hit with the Orbital Strike, he hits Kess, he's down!
They cooked him in lamps! They hit him with the microwave. It's not going to be Asuna, however, putting up the fight of his life here to bring it into overtime. Cortezia is going to have to carry the world on his shoulders for this final round. Just one more time to bring the team across the line. It's going to be a sorting in his face from EU, and it's not enough just yet. 10 seconds to go, and the spike is too far away. 100 Thieves bring us to overtime.
Great job by EU to stay alive. The respect given and how hot Cortezia's been on this map. Runs that clock down. You have the crossfire set up towards the end, but it wasn't until their hero play coming out from Asuna, once again trapped inside towels, and still gets value with his Vandal and some trades and support on the buddy system for 100 Thieves to push us into overtime. Asuna and EU immediately getting 4 kills, and now we're seeing extra innings for both MIBR and the Thieves.
Switch them up, lock it in. We're going the extra innings here with MIBR back on defense now. 100 Thieves on the attacking side. And
it's fast.
ooh, they are going.
It's
They
fast.
are going real fast. They're going to go for the fight right at the end of B long. And Verno gets a hat trick right off the bat. And they have Spike down too. They're going to go ahead and leave it and just allow 100 Thieves to get themselves in a tough spot.
Spike down, Seekers up. You could just give that up. Try to pull out the Seekers at 1 minute. He pulls it right away though.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not too bad because if you're looking at now, you're still quite close to the Seekers, so it's going to get maximum value. It spots both Cryo and Xander. And look at how we close that gap. Cortezia is already moving forward.
Yeah.
Cutting out all of these rotates. Even the TP!
Does he get it? He's pressured everything, and he does get Cryo. He gets the better of him after the TP. The right place, the right time with the right shots. And Shannon finalizes the first round of OT in favor of MIBR.
MIBR just giving 100 Thieves a taste of their own medicine. Something that 100 Thieves have done in the past too. Just run it down with the flashes. But this time they have the extra flash from Verno too. Bird to find information, and then the Yoru flash to allow for them to swing out and making sure that they're able to trade, and Zix is not like that. Especially when it's a play that's cooked up by the side of the Thieves and you're on the receiving end of it, you're not winning that fight. MIBR back at series point. Glass cannon off in the hands of Cryo. Back into the same scenario. Jump spotting, finding information on Sans is Asuna. But EU decides to push all the way up and deny orb. It's a 5-man hit for MIBR. You are giving him a lot of respect here on the side of 100 Thieves. Playing all the way back towards that site.
Patience. They're waiting to use their util as well. They want to know the commit is there from MIBR. Oh, they just go to push through. Artsine thinks that nobody's there. 100 Thieves get a good amount of kills real quick on this, and that is a cause for pause on the side of MIBR. Spike still in hand, and Ospas has the high ground.
The top fraggers for the side of MIBR, Ospas and Cortezia on a 2 versus 3.
It would be incredible if they could do this.
Putting their feet down into the sand as 100 Thieves are grouped up. Pain shells to guess out and flush out some players. Nobody towards Bents or Triple. But they don't have any scans, and they have to retake with the Knob 2 on Cryo.
Ospas is going to get the first contact here. That's one. A second one coming through. Now they know they can play together on this, play off each other, and it's an operator. One of the toughest to go into the 2v1 with. He finds the Phantom at his feet. Enough bullets for the fight. Cryo to save the day here and bring it to another round of OT. Making noise, playing the bomb, playing the spike, bounces him off as he goes for half. It's going to be Cryo getting the shot, but it's not enough. Ospas gets the win on Raze. Cortezia has a showstopper of a game, and MIBR take down 100 Thieves.
The upset coming out from MIBR. A slow start onto a stage where on paper, this should have been an easy victory for 100 Thieves, but it's MIBR that came out swinging. And again, Cortezia, Ospas, Verno, Shenham, and Artazine putting up their rolls on Bind, allowing Ospas to get his finally first victory on a raise in a year. But that is not the type of victory that they want to get that first win for Ospas. It's just the victory for MIBR as a whole. And this is going to be a huge sigh of relief for the side of MIBR to see that they went for IGL changes, finding identities, aggression coming out, different plays, and it all works out on their side, and they're also able to play the comeback game against 100 Thieves on Vine. This is going to be a revitalized MIBR in the following weeks here of Stage 2.
And we see what they were talking about before for MIBR. What we have in practice, what we've been seeing, we can't formulate on stage. For some reason, it's not happening. And when you have it, so for some reason, the fix isn't there. It just has to click. You have to see it in motion. And we saw it in motion for 2 maps in a row here.